It's my absolute pleasure today to be joined for our first external podcast with our wonderful team from Switzerland Tourism. We have
Switzerland, if people love Switzerland in the winter, I'm pretty sure they would love Switzerland in the summer as well. It's a very family-friendly destination, even pet-friendly, and it's a great thing to do in Switzerland over the summer.
That is all-year destination, so you can visit us in summertime when we have lots of hikes to offer, lots of waterfalls and and lakes, just as you mentioned before. And in wintertime, of course, we have the beautiful ski area of Adelboden Link, connecting the two villages.
I think that was a key from what we've just heard with the team is there are so many nice, small, niche areas across Switzerland that feel like very different experiences, but are so easily accessible. And I think that came through really strongly. And having just been to Zermatt, thanks in part to your help. If it weren't for you, I think we would still be walking back from Geneva with our bags, having not had the assistance with the trains whilst we're out there, which were absolutely superb. But the train infrastructure is absolutely incredible across the whole country, or certainly that which I experienced. Is that the case?
Yes, I think you mentioned in one sentence, well done, Felix, you mentioned two main reasons that might set Switzerland apart a little bit from the rest of the Alps. And the two regions we have represented here are prime examples for that.
I think that if you visit Switzerland or our destination specifically, a nice thing is that you really feel that you're visiting a real village and you get to experience traditions and histories from that place. Like, for example, I like to tell this story because it's something that people think it's special for Grindelwald with the Velogemmel. The Velogemmel is a thing you can use when you are not into skiing or if you want to have a day doing something else. So it's a kind of a sledge. And it has actually invented over 100 years ago. It's like a wooden bike. And they used to commute in the village with this wooden bike to get from one to the other place because there was a lot of snow in the village back in the days. And now, over 100 years later, you can still use this Velogemmel and even rent it in the sports shop to go on the slope.
And in part driven because of the restriction on vehicles in a lot of the resorts, in a lot of the destinations in the mountains. Having been to Zermatt, naturally, electric cars all within the resort. The only way you can get up to it is by train, and then you are in its own infrastructure. And that's not an isolated case, is it?
There's about a dozen mountain towns and villages where there's no cars allowed. Sometimes you can't drive close by, and then there's a parking infrastructure. Places like Saas-Fee, for example, or other places like Zermatt, like Wengen, like Mürren, there's no cars and there's also no roads going up there. So you park in the valley, and then you, as you said, you take the train or a gondola to actually get to the resort. And it gives the resort, the ski area, the whole village, the town, it gives it a very special atmosphere because everything is walking distance. You mentioned the electric vehicles. They obviously help with the luggage, and they allow these places to work and function. But by just not having traffic, by not having coaches or things like that, it gives the villages a completely different feel.
I guess going back to the skiing side and up in the mountains, one of the things that you guys are absolutely blessed with is ski racing. A volume like nowhere else that I can imagine across any region of the Alps. It forms such a core part of the mountain culture for you guys.
Oh yes, it is. I think especially in our two destinations, Kelly and I. There's the ski race in Adelboden taking place every January, the FIS ski race. And just 1 week later, there's the one in Wengen